Hi, healthcare waters. I hope you all are doing good. I'm trying to serve out a lot of patients out there. You're doing a great job. And I wish you all to have a wonderful practice ahead this year and upcoming next years as well. We're starting kind of a new series here where we will be just discussing how we can help you and you can help your practice to grow. So, the latest hot topic that I got is the AI. So, a lot of healthcare providers were asking me, should I replace my whole team with AI, whole billing team? Can my AI can handle coding, prior auths, eligibilities, denials, revenue cycle management, so on and so forth. And the short answer was no. But obviously, ignoring AI may lose efficiency and revenue. Today, we'll be discussing about what AI can do, what it cannot, and what provider should know before depending on it, and at the same time before adapting it. So, um, and this is all based on our experience, and obviously, anybody can, I'd be happy to learn more about from those who are actually adapted it a few years ago, like us, and who are having experience with AI, how is it going, and everything. So, based on our experience, it really helps you with eligibility verification, checking insurance faster, prior auth support in a manner of collecting the required documentation. Obviously, claim submission, claim scrubbing, finding errors before you submit anything to the clearinghouse. And it also, like, they are like codify, you know, encoder pros. They're helping you suggest CPD and ICD codes that saves times, obviously. Denial prediction, recently got this AI tool that helping us to just find a right reason for the denial based on the EOB, and it helps you to identify the reason of the claim likely to be denied. you know so predicting cash flow trends and you know showing which claims is unpaid, needs an urgent follow-up, and obviously it just help you with those repetitive tasks. It doesn't replace the strategy, peer communication, or compliance decisions. That's up to the billers and the compliance managers, and on you, obviously, and the credentialing specialists. So um, AI cannot replace complex denials, which we usually get in the primary care for specialties, wound care, podiatry, you know. So those complex denials couldn't be I would say judged by an AI yet, which I've seen. Obviously, if something news comes up, then that's another scenario. But this is something which we haven't seen. Appeal writing, there are a lot of AIs out there who are actually, finding the reason and setting up a new AI created appeals. But obviously, you cannot just rely on that. Contract negotiations are still pending on the AI side, which, as far as I believe, nobody's doing that because there it requires a lot of R&D in it. So before you do the contract negotiation, you're supposed to have a lot of about the goodwill of the practice, so you can actually do that, and you should have the feedback and everything, time frame and all that. And credentialing issues are not still dealt by an AI. You know, you can there are a lot of AIs out there, the softwares out there, credentialing software that which we even adapted, but they're also used to just let gives you a little bit heads up on before your contract is getting expired, or you need re-credentialing at the time your license might be getting expired. So they just give you a heads up, but obviously they didn't assist you with the application, so they don't. And the peer disputes and specialty specific billing announces are still under the roof at the moment. Compliance and preparation is there. Relationship management, AI is still learning. So if a peer incorrectly denies a high volume claim, AI may have flagged the issue, but an experienced builder can actually fight the denial. So that's a difference. That's what we understand so far. And obviously, there are risks before you start trusting in AI. So, it just creates like a bridge. So it might, you can rely on these because it can actually do a wrong coding, suggestions based on your progress notes. Sometimes it can make a mistake like overcoding, undercoding, audit risk, which are getting out very oftenly these days because of the high scrutiny, and then pH high, vendors compliant or not, then blind, depends to see would be a good option. That's what I believe. And providers may stop reviewing their processes. Automation will oversight, and obviously that creates a risk. So, and the common question which I got to know from the billers out there, will AI will replace the billers? So AI won't replace the experience billing teams or anything like that. It will replace the inefficiency in the workflows. The future will belongs to those teams who learn how to use the AI and plus their human expertise. It can give you a hand, but to just make things a little bit faster, those administrative things, and but obviously it cannot change or replace you. So it's not taking your place, guys. Relax. It's just helping you out. The winner is not just like AI versus human. The winner is going to be humans who knows how to use AI, who know how to, give them a right prompt to get the right answer. So if you are learning that, it's wonderful. Do that. All the billers out there, all the providers. Um, as a provider, I would say you guys should supposed to see, your audit current workflows. That's something you need to do. You audit your current workflows, identify your repetitive tasks, explore AI carefully, keep human oversight, protect the compliance, and focus on the outcomes like collections, denials, AR, revenue growth, all of that stuff. And obviously, is if any of the provider out there who's seeing this series and they're already adapted the AI, even though the medical billing companies out there, who actually started using AI from a very long time, just considering the automation. Share your experience, we're happy to learn a little bit more about that. We all are learning still, and and if you're still like this kind of a videos and series, follow Webmedics. We'll be happy to share all of those insights. So it's usually, cost you consultation to get that. All of we all are trying to make healthcare a little bit more easier for the providers out there, you know, and learning every day. So that's what pretty much we're doing. And if you guys find something good for yourself out of this video, wonderful. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Then obviously, we'll be looking forward to another episode, something that is kind of a trend right now for the market to discuss about and sharing that with you guys. So till then, take care of yourself. Talk soon, guys. Have a wonderful day ahead.